Hello there, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection Reviewer Guy here. It's the middle of the night. I gave myself 12 hours to try and process everything I saw on this thing. And I don't know if it was enough, but I'm still going to go through with this. Once again, my friends, number 34. Andrei Tarkovsky's Andrei Rublev, aka The Passion According to Andrei. 1966, 205 minutes, black and white, color, monaural, blah blah, Russian, you know the drill. Okay, I'm not gonna try and summarize the plot. I'm not gonna, maybe I'll touch on some things. So, I don't even know what I said in my first review. I don't like watching those because obviously you guys don't like them. So why should I? Well, whatever. I mean, I thought it was okay. I thought I nailed it on the head. But obviously this is one that I guess I needed to watch again, and I did. And yes, I think I definitely have a better understanding of what this movie's about. I mean, obviously there are a lot of different themes that I missed. Obviously there were a lot of things that they talked about in this movie that that I didn't catch the first time around. Mostly because there's a lot of political, like religious kind of things. I think that's the one. I mean, as far as a overlying theme for this movie, for Andrei Rublev, I think the one word. I think the movie can be summed up in one word, and that word is faith. This movie is about faith, and it really just doesn't really hit until about halfway through when you realize this movie is about faith. I think when the soldiers get their eyes gouged out and Andrei goes into that, it doesn't really hit you until Andrei takes the vow of silence, and that's when and then he just wanders around with that dumb girl, and just doesn't talk to anybody. And it isn't until he meets the boy, the boy that builds the bell. It isn't until then, and he realizes that this guy, this boy did it all by himself, and especially at the end when he finds out that the boy didn't know how to make bells. His father did not pass on the secrets to him, and he finally starts to talk again. So. Yeah, I think definitely Andrei had lost faith in himself and all that, and he found faith in this. He needed someone to believe in, and he found someone to believe it in this young boy. And it's an interesting story because of that. He saw this boy who had this dream and built it up, and made this bell, and when it began to ring, it suddenly something set off in him. It's like, hey, if he could do it, then if he can do it from scratch, I can start over. So yeah, I mean, it's a kind of an inspiring movie in a way. In a way, it does have some inspirational moments. And obviously, as far as I mean, it's also kind of important because it was edited so many times because of censorship due to Russia. Russia was, I think, more or less an atheist country in the 60s. I'm not even sure if they still are, but for them to add, for this movie to challenge, to include so many religious themes, and there's a lot of text and speech in the movie that I feel like related to Russia at that time, as if he was trying to combat or teach modern people about religion through this 15th, 14th century figure, painting icon. And so yeah, there's a little bit. So I kind of understand. It's a little. I mean, it's about faith. It's about this person who started with nothing, or he built himself up to something, and then he lost it all, or he felt like he lost it all, and decided to just give up until he found someone else to believe in, and it just, his faith was restored in humanity or whatever, and so he just decided to do it again. And he, at the end of the movie shows, the fruits of his, faith, whatever, the result of his faith, that is he came back, And I think that's why, that last scene is in color. The rest of the movie is in black and white, but that last scene is in color to show, just to better showcase his paintings and all that. So yeah, it's not as bad of a movie as originally said it was. That being said, it's still really fucking boring sometimes. I mean, it just goes on too damn long, and it's long and boring and just. It's like the movie. I mean, the edits. I mean, let's see. Previous released in 186 minutes, 165, and 145 minute versions. I'd have taken the 165 minute. I think the whole raid scene where all the Tartars, go through and rape and kill all the people, I think that could have been cut down by about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. They could cut a lot of that out. Did not be seeing all that blood, yeah, I thought that was pretty stupid. I did not need to see the jester's butt at the beginning of the movie. Yeah, I mean, I did not need to see the jester's head get smashed into that tree. That thought was really unnecessarily violent. Martha was kind of hot in her own weirdly plain Russian way, At least when she drops the robe or the coat she's wearing and kisses Andrei when he's tied up to the pole. I was like, hey, that's kind of cute. That's kind of sexy. But still, it's just like, I mean, it's just a really, 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 really long movie. And it's just not, it just doesn't have a lot of, it just doesn't, I mean, it's one that takes a little more patience. And I had a little more patience this time. It did become very, very difficult to follow again, around about halfway through. But I think, my memories of seeing it the first time helped, things I was like, okay, I remember him taking a vow of silence. I remember this happened, this and that and this, I remember the gouging out of the eyes. So it's like, okay, now I can take this into context. It's like, okay, this is because of the results and all that. I can tie in results and all that. So yeah, I think it's still it's not a bad movie. It's not like Salo or Picnic at Hanging Rock or Hiroshima Mon Amour or The Night Porter. It's like those are bad movies. Those are just stupid. Those are stupid bad movies, But this is not a bad movie. Andrei Rublev is not a bad movie. It's not a stupid movie. It's just a really, really long movie. And if you're not into Russian history, and if you're not into Russian history or like faith or anything like that, then this is not for you. And I'm looking at myself in the mirror / the camera right now and saying to myself, Nate, this is not for you. So yeah, I mean, yes, I mean, I respect it for what it is, but I still don't like it very much. I'm sorry, it's just not my kind of thing. And I don't know if that has calmed the waters of how I originally feel about this movie, but I definitely understand it a little better, but I still don't like it very much, So yeah, I mean, I don't remember. I think I gave it a D or an F because I was just sitting through it and just thinking, God, this is fun. I'll give it a C plus. I don't think that's much better than what I gave it before, but a C plus. C plus just because of the length. It's just really long. A lot of it could have been cut out. But at the same time, it tells a story and it makes a point. And I got that point the second time around. At least I think I do. I mean, if there's something else I've missed, please comment and we'll have a discussion about it. But I really think from what I see, this movie is about faith. And it's about finding, continuing on, moving on when everything looks dark, And that's what Andrei did. He stopped working, for a while, but then he found faith in the bell maker, and he made these fantastic paintings, which we see at the very end, in glorious color, mostly red though. So anyway, yeah, Andrei Rublev, C+. Not a horrible movie, but not the greatest ever. So believe there are much better Russian films than this, like The Cranes Are Flying. I thought The Cranes Are Flying was a great Russian film. But anyway, so supplements. What were the supplements? So yeah, there was interviews with Andrei Tarkovsky, timeline with Russian history, and it talks about with fitting in Rublev and Tarkovsky's works. And yeah, so that's basically it. So Andrei Rublev, number 34. I think it's 34. I'm not about to look it up. I'll fix it in the title though if that's wrong. Andrei Rublev, C+. Definitely a better movie than I thought it was, but still not that great anyway. So, again, apologies for this not being on Monday. Just basically life happens, and I got too busy working on some stuff here at the new house, and so that's just basically what happened. And yeah, it was a weird day. So anyway, but we're back. I'm glad to be back, and tomorrow. Divorce Italian Style. I'm gonna get back to the new ones for a while. The other ones, remakes. Branded to Kill is hopefully on its way. I put a request for it. Tokyo Drifter is here. Burden of Dreams is here. We'll probably get to that one. We will probably get to that one on Sunday, and then we'll do Tokyo Drifter. We'll probably do Branded to Kill and Tokyo Drifter both on next Monday. Not sure yet. We'll figure out the schedule as we come around to it. And then all the other remakes, all the other re-reviews we'll do, like Element of Crime, gotta get to that one, and Qui-Gon. Having trouble finding the 2015 edition, so although I do believe we do have it at the library, so I have to check again. It's just not clear as to which version is which that comes up in our catalog. Because the one I originally got, obviously, I watched it before they just recently reissued it in 2 discs. But I think we did order the 2-disc special edition, so that should be on its way. We should be able to get a hold of that copy. And yeah, so anyway, we'll leave it here for now because it's late and I'm tired, but I wanted to get this done, and I do hope that you understand that this isn't a movie that's for everyone. If you're not into, like I said, if you're not into Russian films, you're not into very long Russian films with a lot of dialogue and not a lot of positive action. Obviously there's a lot of fighting, but it's not like Seven Samurai. Seven Samurai is a really, really long film, but there's a lot of action from the people fighting back. Andrei Rublev wasn't out there kicking ass with a sword and just throwing some punches and all that. He was just sitting around just looking moody and just keeping to himself. It's not very fun to watch a lot. But anyway, so I hope you understand that this is still not my favorite movie. Although I understand why people like this movie. It's got a story to it, and so yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and morals: don't paint faces on your butt, and don't rape and kill people, and don't lose your faith in humanity just because a bunch of guards have gouged out your disciples' eyes, or whoever those guys were. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow or today, or later today, or whatever, for Divorce Italian Style. And until then, good night.